Welcome to Cars in the Community. Today we are going to ascend Point Breeze.
Hey guys, it's Carolyn I'm here with.
I'm Charles.
And we are at Ascend. Can you tell us a little bit about this location?
Yeah, so we're here at Ascend Point Breeze. This location's been open about 8 months. We opened in November 22. This is our third location for Ascend, and we are currently building a fourth one up in Erie. So that's in motion right now. But yeah, this is. I think we are the only lead facility in Pittsburgh right now with our giant lead walls here behind us. So right now we're here in the canyon.
And what is your position here at Ascend?
I'm the AGM, the Assistant General Manager for Point Breeze. Yep.
And what are some basic things that people should know when they come in? I know there's a lot of beginners or a lot of experienced rock climbers.
Yeah, so one of the first things that we'll show anyone when they come in is how to take a bouldering fall.
Okay.
Because in climbing, you're going to fall. It's just part of the sport. Everybody takes falls. You might see some people fall behind us here while we're doing this. In the bouldering room to our right, people fall all day. So we show you how to take a safe fall for bouldering. And besides that, just the general facility, but that's like one of the biggest things is learning how to fall safely.
Okay. I know for me, I'm a beginner, so it's a little intimidating. Do you have any tips for people that are coming in for first time? Should they be scared? What should they expect?
I wouldn't say you should be scared, but you might naturally feel that way, especially if you have a small fear of heights. Because with the rope climbing, it can be a little different because you don't actually take major falls typically. But in bouldering, you will fall, so it's just something we gotta help you kind of overcome that fear.
And you guys have a beginner wall, you said, right?
We do,
okay,
yeah.
awesome.
It's gonna be actually on the other end of our gym behind our canyon here.
Okay.
Yeah, and that is where I recommend, not even just like a beginner, but I recommend most of our climbers start there because it's a good way to warm up the body. In our development area, it's designed to be on the lower difficulty scale for the most part. So it's a great way to get that body warmed up and activated, and then you kind of explore around the rest of the gym and find some other climbs.
Is there an age limit?
Not necessarily. I think some of the youngest climbers I've seen in here are 2 years old,
oh, wow.
Barely can walk. Now, those guys aren't going to be able to do a lot much, but we like to take, real young kids can sometimes do the auto blaze or the rope climbing, because again, in that regards, the parent or the guardian that's belaying them, they can control the falls.
Okay.
In bouldering, you will fall. So for the youngest kids, it's not the best place to go to. But when it comes to older climbers, I think one of our oldest climbers that's a regular member, I want to say he's about 87, 86, I believe. So you can do it all throughout your lifetime.
I saw you guys have shoes, so can you expect to
Yeah.
your tennis shoes to put on some climbing
Yeah,
shoes?
definitely. So I'm wearing some climbing shoes. So basically the idea of a climbing shoe is to kind of make your foot work as one, kind of have your toes work as one. So ideally you want your feet to take up as much room as you can. So sometimes you'll get a smaller shoe size than your standard shoe, like a tennis shoe. But the goal here is that my toes are all working together as one to kind of create one solid point of contact. You don't want your foot sliding around inside your shoes. And you notice there's no tread or anything on these. They come in different rubbers, so most climbing shoes are a stickier rubber. Some climbing shoes are a harder rubber, so you can really get tiny edges and get better friction on those, better grip. But yeah, everybody in the climbing world, you're gonna have a climbing shoe. That's step one as well too. So when a climber comes to our facility for the first time, climbing shoes is the one thing that we give them for free on their first rental, because you have to have it.
Yeah.
Similar to bowling, you always expected to wear bowling shoes, so I kind of compared them to that. They're not super comfortable, a little different, but yeah, climbing shoes is step one on your climbing equipment that you need. Our website, it's ascendclimbing.com. Through our website, you can access all the different gyms that are open right now, and you can also take a sneak peek at Erie. There's some photos on there, all of our contact info there. I believe all of our directors for the different departments, because it's not just climbing here. We've got climbing, we've got slackline, we do yoga and traditional fitness. And on top of that, there's youth programming that we do. So you've got youth camps. So we have summer camp that's just wrapping up down in the kitchenette. There's only a couple of the campers left here waiting to get picked up. But we do summer camps. We have youth teams. We have rec teams, intermediate teams. We have our comp team, which we've held events here recently where it was qualifying events for the youth to where they can get to that next level in climbing. Okay. So our comp team will travel around and hit up other gyms and do competitions. So yeah, we got a lot going on here. It's not just climbing. Our hours are 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. And then on Saturdays and Sundays, our general hours are 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. However, every first and third Saturday, we have what we call our affinity sessions. So we have a BIPOC affinity session, and we also offer a QFTW affinity session. And those rotate from our Southside location and our Point Breeze location. Those affinity sessions happen those first and third Saturdays from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. So the gym is actually closed to the general public for those 2 hours for those specific groups. So they can come in a safe place and enjoy climbing. One of the big events that's coming up on July 1st is we're actually doing a lock-in. There's an event that's coming into the city called the Conflux, which is a big slacklining meetup. But what's going to happen here is we're going to actually do a lock-in. So everyone that's going to come in that buys tickets for it, I believe we're going to set up our Highline slackline, which is basically a slackline like we have to the side here, except they set it up about 30 feet off the ground. You're strapped in with a harness, but it's a slackline like convention, I believe. So you're going to have all kinds of like slackline events going on. Around 1 a.m. they're going to lock the doors, and if you have a ticket and you're still here, you're going to be trapped inside to have fun all night. So that's coming up on July 1st. Other than that, there's always like some type of community event that's coming up. The easiest way to like sign up for these or just to get information about it is going to ascendclimbing.com, and you can see our calendar. You can look up the different events for each individual gym and see what's going on.
Thank you for all that information. Is there any way you could kind of show us a little bit of how this works?
Yeah, definitely. We can take some climbs, take some falls, and show you that, and kind of show you how we like to fall safely as well too. So when you're about to take your fall, the biggest thing to keep in mind is to not put your hands down, because putting your hands down to catch yourself is like the easiest way to injure a joint. Try to see if anyone got underneath you if you can. When you take your fall, you're just coming straight down. You'll bring your arms in and roll to your back, the emphasis being you're not putting your hands down to catch yourself.
Charles then brought us to the beginner wall to warm up. I also had to give this wall a try. Now we move to the main bouldering room. Thank you to Ascend Point Breeze for having us. This has been Cars in the Community. Thank you for watching.